Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here for the Race Racing Series for the Midnight Thunder Series. Sim500 boys about to get after it here on Trackside Esports Network. Welcome everybody to the booth. We are live here from Kentucky Speedway. I'm Adam Chapman, joined with me in the booth once again, the one and only Todd Chase Jr. Todd, how you doing?
Doing better than before, that's for sure, but I'm ready to see some really good racing here at Kentucky Speedway.
Me too. You like this track?
I do like this track. I mean, it's unique in its own little way. I mean, the pit road isn't even straight. So, I mean...
it's a crooked track.
Yeah, definitely crooked, that's for sure.
Didn't they actually get rid of the race here this year?
Yes, they had no races here, but apparently, aren't we going back?
I hope so. I'd have to look at the schedule.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, so this is basically a new season. We're on week number 2. Gary Sexton picked up a big win last week at Talladega. Kentucky here this week, Todd. Charlotte next week. I mean, we don't really know what to expect from Kentucky this season. We haven't been here. I don't know when the last time he was actually here.
It's definitely been a while.
Yeah, so that's always a good thing for us to go somewhere different. Anyway, I kind of like this track. It's a 2-lane racetrack, I guess. It's not necessarily a one-groove racetrack. It does tend to move up a little bit. I kind of like the middle. But yeah, Todd, you hit the nail on the head. Pit road always a big factor here, especially coming off that banking or coming off the racetrack onto the apron. You usually have some issues trying to slow down and get the speed and without spinning.
Yeah, and I mean, let's go ahead and pull up our weather here for tonight. Currently it's 77 degrees, partly cloudy, and the track temp is right at 79 degrees, so I don't see too many issues coming off the track onto pit road, yeah. But definitely it's going to be dirtier than the actual racetrack itself. You know, we'll see some of these guys locking up, you know, getting everything they possibly can onto pit road to gain as much time on pit road, and then like we had mentioned, it's not straight, it's actually crooked. So
PK checking in over on Facebook said do the work, you could not make it tonight. Good luck, boys, and looking forward to watching the broadcast. Keep it going. I like old Paul Cromer, a heck of a IndyCar racer.
Yeah,
heck of a sim racer in general. I don't think we talk about him enough, to be completely honest.
I don't think so.
He's really good on super speedways. We've talked about that already, but his background in sim racing, it's pretty good. I mean, I'm not like he's a top driver, and really we don't give him the credit that he is due, to be completely honest. There's a lot of guys we really don't give it to. But I've raced against him in the IndyCar and literally had my doors blown off by him. So,
yeah, speaking of another guy that doesn't really get the credit he deserves really right now, is that number 22 sitting on top of the board, Hamish Gallagher.
Yeah, he's becoming, honestly, one of my favorite drivers to watch.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing pretty well lately.
Yeah, I mean, he finished second in the points last year. You remember that. Now, then here he is this year on top of the board right now in practice. And right now we got 25 drivers in here, by the way. Some guys we're not familiar with. So there's going to be a couple guys here and there that we may hear us not talk a ton about until we really start to know them a little bit more.
Right.
But pretty much everybody in here we've seen before, besides Brett Murphy and James Langsford. I'm going to say it. I don't know. English is tough in Tennessee. We're ready to go qualifying. Who you got to win, Todd?
Well, I'm going to go with...
Can't go wrong with Hamish, for sure.
No, I don't want to put that kind of hex on him right now. I want him to get a couple races in for sure, but I think I'm actually going to go with the 17 this week, Kevin Stone.
Really? Hey,
yep.
Big, Todd. I like it. Somebody different? Man, I'm going to go with Ben McDonald. The 48.
That's somebody different as well.
Yeah, I'm going to go with him. He's out there right now rolling, getting ready to get qualified out of the way in that Ford.
Yeah, I'm ready for also, what's that?
I'm ready for the new trucks to come out.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they're going to look like on here. Also out on track is our last week's winner, Gary Sexton.
Yeah, also Hamish Gallagher is out there too, so we'll be kind of swapping around here quite a bit in this qualifying run.
You see the 13 coming down, cut off the apron, and that's actually the racing line here at Kentucky, just kind of like Chicagoland, Kansas, Vegas. You know, we'll see some of them guys literally come from the wall all the way down onto that apron.
The IRAP's number 13, Gary actually painted that truck. You could buy that same exact paint, which is a really nice looking paint. You can buy that at IRAP.shop.
Oh, gonna hit the wall.
Yep. Hamish Gallagher out there on track. We're watching him down the 22. Yep. Locking the Taylor Swift movement, of course, in that Toyota.
Hey, what do I always say? Haters gonna hate.
Gotta shake it off, Todd.
Yeah. Out of turn 4.
I hate Taylor
Hamish
Swift.
gonna bring it to the line, and he will go top of the board.
There you go. Top of the board for now. Let's see if that holds up.
Brett Murphy to 4th, Kevin Stone to 6th.
Bobby Wetzel also out on track, Todd, at number 9, as he works through turn 4. Might actually be his outlaw. Notice this is. Did he have trouble?
He must have.
Yeah, 44-second lap. So he may have got the wall or something.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the 22 definitely going to shut it down. Says that's good enough for me.
Okay, so yeah, that was his outlap, by the way. That was Bobby Wetzel's outlap. That's why it's taking so long.
New guy on top of the board is the 81 now.
All right, that was his fast lap. Wetzel going to cross the board in a 30.6. It's 5.8, puts in P5. And you're right, Jeremy Jones in the 81, top of the board. It's a good lap there.
Yeah, out of turn 4. Let's see if he can improve.
There ain't no way he improves it. There ain't no way. Still a good lap there.
Yeah, kind of. Well, he goes to 2nd on the board.
Yeah,
Tyler Dalton goes to the top of the board.
I didn't think we'd have many people into 5s, but Tyler Dalton said, hold my wheel.
Watch this.
All right. Out of turn 4, Bob Gillenwater looks to put down a lap. 30.6, it looks like. Not a bad lap there. Good enough for
Yep. Also out on track is Jimmy Coleman. You've seen him have a decent run Wednesday night before I ended up getting into a big wreck.
Yeah. Who didn't in that race? At the end of that one, it was a big one.
Here we go. The 54 going to come out of turn 4.
Yeah, he lost a little bit right there.
Let's see where this will put him. He will go 8.
That might be all qualifying. Nobody else right now out there. Colby's on his 2nd lap, I guess.
Yeah, and Chris Sawyer's still sitting on pit road right now.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to have enough time. It looks like we only got 40 seconds left. Here's Coleman coming to the line.
Yep. See if he can improve.
He does improve, actually.
And he does.
Wow.
The 5th.
Oh, a big jump. He picked up 3 spots. That's our first person we've seen, I think, move up. That we've seen anyway on the 2nd lap.
Right.
So that's going to end qualifying. And Tyler Dalton is going to be your pole sitter. I don't see how that works out for him. I don't want to put anything on him too early here, so we'll just play it by ear. As get ready to go 110 laps. So this race is pretty short here tonight. It does not take long to run that here.
No, not at all. And I don't think we're going to see many.
I agree.
Sorry. Excuse me. I don't think we're going to see any, I don't think we'll see
many yellows.
A lot of yellows.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I don't think we will either. Here's the look at your grid. As I hit the wrong button. Tyler Dalton, P1. Jeremy Jones going to line up alongside him. Row number 2, we have none other then Hamish Gallagher. And you can tell, by the way, both Ben and Todd are sick. Ben McDonald is in row 2 as well. Keep your eye on that 48 because that is my pick. He's going to win. Jimmy Coleman In the 54, going to start 5th. Bob Gillenwater starting P6 in row 3. Row number 4, we got Gary Sexton, last week's winner. Alongside Jeff Hollingsworth, by the way, who had a good showing at Talladega until, unfortunately, stuff happened. Bobby Wetzel and Doug Newbigging are going to be starting in 9th and 10th. Brett Murphy in row 6 alongside Stoney Benfield. 7, we got none other than Todd's pick, Kevin Stone. And James, is it Langsford? That's almost, I think it's Langsford. Ron Holyfield or Holyfield. Like. David Comstock going to be right there in 8th. Scott Simley, Mike Kelly. Both of them guys familiar with each other because they are teammates. Chris Sawyer, Derek Stanley. Not too familiar with the 82. I think we've caught a couple races with him in it. Alongside or behind Dustin Franklin and one and only Steve Haring, by the way, who is your league admin here for the Midnight Thunder. Scott Baker, Matthew Caracal for rollout in row 12. And last but not least, it is very quick Michael Shore. Trust me, just because he's starting last does not mean that he's definitely not capable of running up front, because he is going to be somebody to watch.
Yeah, he's definitely a guy that can actually pick up a win, I feel, in this series.
Yeah.
But the thing that's not playing to his favor right now is he hasn't run many races with these guys. So he's kind of in that stage where he's trying to adapt to how these guys run. And then after that, you'll start seeing him kind of come closer towards the front of the field more often.
That 81 truck, I actually like the paint on that, running that pink breast cancer. We still got a breast cancer awareness monthly donation for breast cancer awareness on Facebook. Go over and check it out. Facebook.com/trackside or Esports. We have raised a little bit of money, look for a lot more, but still, even happy to raise a little bit. It's a good thing. So here we go through turns 3 and 4, ready to get this one underway as the Ford Raptor, Chevrolet Silverado, Toyota Tacoma pace truck gets ready to drop down. There it goes.
Yep.
Let us paint the pace truck already. And here we go. Collar Dalton going to have the point up front, and we wait for the green flag, and we are in the restart zone now. Green flag out in the air. We're racing. Look at the shot at the 48.
Yeah, three wide already going into turn 1. This isn't going to be good for the 22. Well, obviously, he's going to have a decent restart, or just decent start. Going down the back stretch now, he's going to look under the 19, not going to have enough now, battle for third. Got the 54 and the 48.
Yeah, good battle there. Jimmy Coleman going to send underneath the 81, washing up the racetrack. We have a battle for third with Jimmy Coleman and Ben McDonald up on the outside. 3 wide behind these guys as well, but it looks like 48 they're going to take third now using that highlight momentum. Contact.
Yep. Hollingsworth. Yep. Yep. Them guys. You see them guys.
What happened to the 81? He did not get a good start.
No, I'm not sure either. And I mean, you gotta think he's definitely gotta settle in here and kind of get that momentum back to where he had it.
That's the thing. Once you lose that momentum or that rhythm, it kind of throws you off. Right? And you know that, Todd. You've been in the truck races.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Definitely. I mean, I don't think I've had a win here at Kentucky. I don't know.
I thought I spotted you one here. Maybe not.
We may have picked up one here. Meanwhile, battle here for 8th and 9th, or for 7th, I'm sorry. Hollingsworth and Jones.
Comes at 29, by the way, New Biggie on the outside in that Chevrolet. Right behind him also is Brett Murphy in the 64.
A lot of good looking trucks out here on the racetrack right now. I mean, we've got some fresh paints. Go ahead and look at the 2.
Who is it? Mike Kelly?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you got a loudmouth exhaust on the side.
Yep.
Like
Did you see him go to 13th? Or 15th, I'm sorry.
Who was that on? Ron Holyfield right in front of him. He just passed him.
Yep. Yep.
Derek, that's an awesome one. Where do we go next week? Charlotte for these guys?
Yes.
I think that's what it was. Yeah, Charlotte. Up front, it is single file right now, all the way through the field. Got a follow the leader.
I'm not really surprised on that right now. The only thing I am surprised on is how Tyler Dalton really hasn't been able to pull away from the pack.
Yeah. With clean air, you would really think so. I mean,
but 110 laps here. I look for pit stops to be. Well, these guys should have only like 3 sets of tires, so I would say between at least 35 and 40. So we could see. I don't know, maybe a two pit stop strategy.
For sure. Give me a second, Todd. I'm over here deleting some spam that came over YouTube, by the way. That was the first time we really had that much time. A lot. A whole lot.
William. Scott Simley goes to 16th. Battling there with Stoney Benfield now. But up front, it is still Tyler Dalton. Got a good battle here for 4th between Gary Sexton and Jimmy Coleman. Gary Sexton able to clear him for the moment right now. Put that 54 on the outside. And there you go. You see the 13 clear, the 13 clear the 54. Bobby Wetzel jumps to 9th, getting around Jeremy Jones.
Yeah, Jeremy Jones is about 8 spots, by the way. Well, maybe.
Now he's
7 spots. Well, 3 wide.
Yeah, he just lost 2 positions to Brett Murphy and Bobby Wetzel.
Yeah, he's losing a lot of spots.
Something definitely going on with that 81 truck.
Yeah, I don't know. There's Kevin Stahl, by the way. He's up in spot. This is a good 5-truck battle right here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. See the 17 sporting some of them pink colors, I guess you could say. Oh yeah, for sure. I like how he's got the pink and the black out there and the silver, and then you got the yellow 17 that just kind of pops.
This is a little bit different than what we normally see. We appreciate all these guys all the way running breast cancer campaigns. That's what they're mainly running it for. So keep going out. For a few more weeks.
Got the 15 looking on the 17 here. Here in 3 and 4.
The Stone's up 2 spots from where he started right now. Maybe.
Comstock getting around the 17. He will clear him here on the exit of 2. Well, right there. In the middle of 1 and 2. Ben McDonald still currently running 2nd right now. Hamish Gallagher still running 3rd. Kelly moves to 12th.
Watching Kevin start of Mike Kelly. He's battling it out for the 12th spot. Mike Kelly right now up 6 spots. Black. Nice job.
Yeah, doing a very good job. This guy, he ain't no stranger to the front of the field either. He's just methodically moving himself forward. If he can click off a couple trucks each lap, then that's definitely a good pace to have up until pit stops.
What do you think about pit stops? That's what I was going to ask. We run 75% load in this series because we run a lot shorter laps.
Right.
What's your thoughts on pit stops here?
Well, I do see these guys when they come down to fill back up. I do see a lot of 2-tire stops, not mainly 4-tire stops. This racetrack isn't as abrasive as you would think it is. It's definitely a track you could definitely do 2 tires on, and it will actually equal out faster than faster than you see some of these guys with 4 tires So definitely keep an eye out on that for sure.
Yeah, honestly, you know, I'm sitting here watching Tyler Dalton right now. I got scared by the pre-show for a minute. Didn't realize that. Anyway, we're back, so it's all good. We're only 15 laps in, so it's okay. Like that. Anyway, I thought clean air would be way more important than what it has been.
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't been on your way.
No. And as you see now, the 22 and the 48 kind of closing in a little bit more on him. You know, them two are actually pulling away from the rest of the field, which is kind of weird. You know, you would think being stuck behind that bubble, that invisible bubble behind the 19, that, you know, that would push the 19 out further, but instead it's actually the 48 and the 22 who are able to push themselves away from Gary Sexton and everybody else.
Getting yelled at on Facebook to leave my pre-race up, dude. Paul Crummer says, can't you do anything stupid? That's what he said, Todd. He didn't actually say that. It just made me feel better if I said that he said it.
Well, I mean, he's not wrong, is he?
I'm sick of him, Todd.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, I tried to lay down at 7:30. It took me until about, well, a little bit after 9 after you called me to actually fall asleep for, well, about 2 hours.
Right. Where did Jeff Hollywood finish last week at Talladega? He was up there, right? Or where was he Wednesday? He didn't finish good. He didn't finish good this past weekend here. He finished like 22nd. But I think the last time we raced for Snap Mobile, now we had a
yeah, we did. Before Talladega.
Yeah, so Hollingsworth finished second at Talladega. I thought he finished up there.
Yep.
So anyway, everybody is involved. We talked about this in pre-race, during the 15-lap pre-race show that I had.
Yeah.
As far as mile and a half goes, do you like this track a mile and a half though? Not compared to the rest of them, or is it mediocre? Is it not good?
Well, here's the thing. 3 and 4 is a little different than the other end of the racetrack, 1 and 2. So I mean, it's a little more of a challenge, and I kind of like that more instead of just having a complete, you know, symmetrical racetrack like Vegas, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we've done the job the same.
Right.
I like the track itself. I don't think the racing's that great. Now, and this even goes for real life, where our racing has just always been okay to me. But the track itself is good. My personal favorite mile and a half is Kansas. That's just me.
Yes.
I like the high line, how they run it, and then you can run low line for a little while too. So, especially on iRacing, maybe not as much real life, but on iRacing, I love it.
See, Mike Kelly now running 11.
7 spots, and David Comstock actually in the top 10. He's at 6 spots.
And meanwhile, it is still basically a 3-truck breakaway. As you see the 22 now putting some pressure on those 48 for second. 22 gonna run basically right down by that yellow line. Gonna put his right sides on that little strip there. Definitely gonna have a run down here in 3, and will clear the 48 going into 3.
We talked about Gallagher prior to this race. He is still one of my favorite drivers. I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I don't see how you cannot like him.
No, I mean he doesn't do anything crazy, you know.
Yeah.
I mean he takes his time. He makes calculated moves as well. So
He works, man.
exactly, as now you see the 22 kind of putting a little distance between him and the 48 as he's going to try to run down this 19.
Yeah, last time by, I started seeing this cool or this cleaner air helping Dalton a little bit more now.
Yeah.
Compared to what it was. He's definitely running faster. It looks like Biggie just got around. Well, he's about fifth right now between Biggie and Jimmy Coleman.
Also want to mention the 70 here of Michael Shore kind of not running with the pack, and this could be not what he wants. Is, you know, we could definitely see Tyler Dalton and the rest of the field kind of catch him here in the next few laps. I kind of feel, I mean, just riding on board with the 70 right now. It looks like he's maybe pretty tight down here in 3 and 4, and that's what's not able to.
He's off the pace by about a second right now. This is somebody I thought would have a good run. I love the paint that he's running there. But it happens. We've all been there.
So yeah, we'll see Tyler Dalton. Well, you see Tyler Dalton right there. That lead has pretty much gone away now. The 22 has caught him.
Yeah, Dalton must have slipped up somewhere and I didn't see it because he had a lot bigger lead.
Yeah, that's for sure. Right now, Dalton was able to lead, you know, basically every lap so far, 28 of them to be exact. And I don't think the 19 is going to lead too many more. He may lead this lap, but after that, man, I don't think so. I think the 22 is going to get around him here shortly.
You know, I don't know why we keep getting stuff like on our chat or YouTube. We like I literally just have a ton of
Here we go, challenge for the lead. Gallagher gonna go under Dalton. Dalton's gonna just basically go ahead and say, take it, you know, see what you can do with this lead now. As he'll run behind the 22 out of turn 4.
So Gallagher gonna take the lead. Now he was really fast in practice, so I've seen these guys. One thing about Gallagher and Dalton, they do practice long runs. I've noticed that before. I don't really know. He ready to go pretty quickly though. I don't know when pit stops are going to happen. We're on lap 30 now.
Yeah, I kind of predicted anywhere between now and probably lap 40, 45, somewhere around there. Could see some of these guys come down pit road as you see the field kind of starting to close back in on each other now. Got 4 trucks here trying to run down the 19 and the 22. Sexton battling with, looks to be like the 29, yes. Trying to hold the 29 off for 4th. Doug Newbigging gonna get the run out of turn 4. Gonna come to the line here.
Yeah, he should be able to take this spot away.
Yeah, he will right there. He could have, if he had a little bit of a better run out of turn 4, there was a chance he could have gotten a 2-for-1 special, you know. He could have gotten the 48, but ultimately didn't have enough of a run for that. We'll see him come through here. I mean, he just gets so good of a run off of turn 4. You see the 29 now. Going to clear the 48, and the 13's going to follow him.
Man,
I think it's just the line that he's running.
That or maybe just saving time.
He could be. I mean, you see him entering
He's fast.
from the. Yeah.
Yeah,
you see. Yeah.
Let's take this time. All right, let's wait till the next time because he had to pass somebody. So let's wait till the next time. Oh, wait, there's a battlefield.
Yep. Tyler Dalton now putting some pressure back on the 22.
This is going to bring in that or third, fourth, and fifth guy. These guys do start getting put side by side. It's going to allow Doug and Gary and all the others to catch up and close this gap really quick.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there with the 19. I don't know if he kind of backed it off too much to get that rotation through the center of the corner, but ultimately not going to have. Excuse me.
Jimmy Coleman just got around. So you're starting to see the longer run trucks start to show up just a little bit here. Maybe some trucks that have saved a little bit. Once again, pit stops are underway, by the way, Todd. Did not see Ron Hollyfield. Brett Murphy has been on pit road, and Derek Stanley has also been on pit road.
Yep. I was just going to mention that as you see some of these guys go a lap down. Now, unfortunately, I don't think that's going to bring, these front runners in just yet.
Yeah, really, for these front runners, you want to make this for lap 40, to be honest. Preferably 55. I just don't think you can make it that far, though, with only 75% fuel. But
right, and then
40 would be good.
Yeah, 40 would definitely be good. And I mean, you were just talking about you don't think they would make it on 75% fuel. Tires as well. I mean, I don't think they can make it that long on tires, to be honest with you, either. So, we'll see what happens.
Jeff Hollingsworth is on pit road now, so that goes to show you that a lot of these guys could not make it. Stony Benfield's also got some damage. He's on pit road. Scott Baker, not on pit road.
Goes to 14. Yep. As you see the field coming down pit road right now.
So they ain't going to be able to make it to 40. So this is going to put them within one stop, making it. One more stop, they'll be good to go. So everybody's on pit road this time.
Yep. So we'll kind of watch the 22 and the 19 here to see who wins the race off pit road. Watch for some of these guys to try to take some two tires, I could be wrong here, but...
Well, it looks like everybody is going to take 4. I mean, if you're going to fill it up with gas, you might as well take 4.
Right, I mean, it's basically the same amount of time as you see the...
29.
Oh, the 19.
Dalton wins the race off pit road, but... Doug,
is that going to be a penalty for hitting that cone?
In real life, yes. A lot of racing, I don't think so.
I think you're right, but look at this. The 20, like you said, the 29.
He's in it now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's gonna have a push from the 22 here to get around this 19 on the outside lane.
By the way, that's Jeff Hollingsworth right there in 4th. He picked up that many spots because he pitted 1 lap earlier.
Yep, and it's obviously the best strategy you could have right now. I mean,
it paid off.
Yeah. Hollingsworth's going to go to the inside here of the 29.
By the way, Brett Murphy's your leader. I haven't missed that. It's 64. Now, he is out there on 9-lap older tires than these guys. I'm sure the pass being made now. But if Murphy gets a yellow here, then he's definitely paying off for what he's doing.
Right. And I mean, yeah, he's definitely going to fall.
Yeah, he's definitely going to lose some spots, for sure.
Yeah, you see 3 wide there. Gary Sexton out to go to the outside of him. But, I mean, it was worth the shot for the 64. As well as the 4.
Yeah, that's what was Bob George.
Yep.
I know numbers.
It's that Tennessee man.
He waits on this stuff tonight. Phew. Really sick and say that. Hey, Todd, guess what?
What?
You'll be excited. I finally got some bucks on my new account.
Really?
Finally, yeah, I got a decent 6 and a pretty big 4, right? The 4, I think I'm gonna wrap. I'm gonna leave, but I mean, it's pretty good size.
Right.
6 is a little bigger, but the 4 is massive. I wish it was a little bit bigger.
Well, just keep being patient. I mean,
Yeah, hopefully that can come back on.
yeah.
I'm gonna go up with the bazooka this year. That's 2 days. 2 days destroyed.
I mentioned Mike Kelly now jumps inside the top 10.
Yes, sir.
He's having a decent run here tonight.
Yeah, I got top 3 trucks by the way. Chevrolet.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Maybe somebody that knows this more will help me. That is on here in races. Does it matter what manufacturer you actually drive for tracks? I know on road it does. Some guys prefer the BMW over, Ferrari on certain tracks. Some guys prefer the Porsche because of the way it turns.
Right.
Does it matter with the oval though?
Well, in my opinion, I think it does because I've noticed. Yeah, I've noticed. Before, I've actually bounced between the Chevy and the Toyota in the series that I can't remember if I still ran or if I still run with them or not. I don't think so. But at one track, it seemed like the Chevy was really good in the draft, and it seemed fast.
That makes sense, yeah. I guess it just depends, I don't know.
I mean, definitely I think the Toyota has a little more of an aero advantage, I guess you could say, over the Chevy.
Yeah, I can see that. So I guess it does make like a little bit different somehow.
Right.
Yeah, I guess the arrow would be different. Like no matter what truck it is, the arrows would be different because the body styles are different. Like it has to be.
So, I mean, ultimately, it's going to come down to the driver, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah, I agree. I'm impressed with Jeff Hollingsworth when he pitted earlier. That was a smart move. If he could do that again, I mean, you're looking at possibly taking the lead away. You set yourself up. Are you surprised with caution free right now?
Actually, I'm not. I am not surprised that we're caution free.
See, I'm kind of surprised by it. I thought we'd have
I'm actually anticipating on seeing one here late.
Possibility, yeah.
As you see now, the 19 not able to really pull away from this field. You see the 22 now going under the 97.
Here comes Hamish Gallagher underneath the 97. Now, in the long run, that's when we noticed Doug was really fast. So, these guys back at 11 laps now. Maybe here about 11 more laps.
Yeah, I mean, as you see the 13 now going underneath the 97, I definitely see the 22 and the 29, like you had mentioned, in the next 5 to 10 laps here, going to start moving up the lane and getting that good run off of turn 4.
Yeah, I mean, the last time was a little bit different this run. Could be interesting. I don't know if Jeff Huntington's honestly, his strategy call I still like. Hitting one like that.
Yeah, and he's not going to fall too much farther.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only 2 trucks here behind him, the 4 and the 48. So, I mean, he'll fall back to like right around 8th, 9th, maybe. So if he can hold on to that, you know, basically for another 10 to 15 laps here before he comes down pit road again. I mean, like you said, that could definitely work out in his favor.
There's the track race for 29. Look at his paint, Dalton Biggie. Alright, that's about that time.
Yep, it is time to turn it up.
Yeah, so we like our lap suits.
Battle for the lead starting to heat up as you see the 29 going to start putting some pressure here on the 19 here in turns 1 and 2. And we were talking about this before, Chapman. The 29, as soon as he gets about halfway through the run, starts to move up the racetrack and gets that drive off. And that's just a product of a good long run truck.
Well, yeah, you're seeing it right there on the different line that he's taking. The approach that he's taking in war is a lane above the bottom lane. And it's working. I mean, you can't act like it's not. He wasn't as fast as that lap, But right there, he does go to the bottom of that time. But I mean, he seems to me like he is faster on the long run.
For sure. So I mean, we'll continue to watch that. As you see, also battle for fourth. Gary Sexton has kind of dropped a little bit behind Jimmy Coleman.
You know,
here.
I want to watch something with Doug again. Hold on, let me go back to him. Let me watch him here in 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 again. So he runs the bottom 1 and 2 numbers. He's running high again in 3 and 4. I think he's running 2 different lines in each section. Let's see if he runs that middle groove, because he did it the last 2 times.
And I mean, you see he caught up a little bit.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's definitely rolling that center of 3 and 4 better than the 19. That's for
He's doing it a lot different because everybody's running the bottom. He's the only one running that middle lane, kinda, and it is working. I mean, you can see the gap; it's closing. If he gets out front, he may be gone.
It's possible.
I mean, he's just got to get a run out with his corner. And really, his run's going to come out turn 4. I feel like.
Yeah, and up in front of Tyler Dalton is a lap truck as well. So we'll see if this will actually hurt the 19 or if it will hurt the 29 or vice versa. It could help the 19 or the 29.
Yeah, look at the run. He's closing in right there. He's just not close enough to do anything with it yet.
Give it time. He'll find a way. As you see him peeking to the inside here, the 19.
Yeah, he was a 10th faster last time by.
Lap truck, don't think is going to be a big factor in this one. As you see the 29, wow, he didn't go to the extreme that he did. He entered kind of a little more shallower than he did before, but I mean, it's still enough to help him. Yeah, he's really good in 3 and 4.
Well, he's about even that time. I think a little bit lower, get him a little bit in 3 and 4. But I mean, man, he seems like he's got a truck and is capable of taking this lead.
Yeah, we're still currently watching this battle for the lead. As you see the 29 gonna go up the racetrack, gonna get that good run off of turn 4.
Are you surprised that Dalton hasn't moved up and taken that line away?
I am.
I am too.
I mean, I would think he would try to do something. I mean, we talked about this before. Maybe I don't think it was actually here, but there's other racetracks where you definitely, once you see somebody getting an advantage on you, you definitely want to go up there and kind of
do something different.
Yeah, you got to do something. You got to take the air off of their truck or car or whatever it is to slow them down.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I think this 29 is faster. Like, I'm being honest, I think he is. I just think he's not getting where he needs to.
Right. I mean, I think right now what's not helping him is the dirty air off the 19.
Especially in 1 and 2.
But I mean, he may end up trying. He may want to try what he's doing down here in 3 and 4, or pitting early.
Yeah.
Maybe to try to get an advantage on the 19. You know, if I was
7 laps away from pit stops again.
Yeah, I mean, if I was 29 right now, I'd be trying to do the same thing here in 1 and 2 as if what I was doing in 3 and 4.
Like, if I'm these guys, I'm running this to lap 70 and I'm pitting.
Yep.
You know? That you'll be in your field window and have a few extra laps for the green light checker.
We'll see what happens here. But yeah, the 29 and the 19 have broken away from this 22, and honestly, Chapman, I don't think the 22 is faster than what he was there on that first run.
Yeah, there's no way he's not. I mean, he was faster than both our guys that time by, but the long run, it don't seem like he's really got the consistency of that speed, you know?
Right. I mean, we've been sitting here talking about the 29 continuously in 3 and 4 being very consistent on hitting his marks, and it's actually helping him. But yeah, the 22 is definitely not as faster than what he was earlier in that first run. It seems to be like the balance is a little more off than what it was at the beginning of the race. So
yeah, Bowling Green. I do want to mention we are caution-free as of right now, with 19 drivers on the leading lap. Since probably the last one on the leading lap back in 19. So.
Yeah, and there's only one DNF so far, and that is Dustin Franklin, who's basically been out of here for about 20 laps now. Don't know what that issue was, but
who knows?
Also want to mention, yeah, who knows? Nobody knows. I also want to mention the 17 of Kevin Stone, now at 14. He's having a quiet run in here tonight. I mean, not the kind of run that he really wants for the most part, but ultimately, I mean, we were talking, if you want to try and get an advantage on the leaders, you know, try to pit a little earlier than some of these guys and see if you can make it.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, if you could pit one lap earlier than these guys, do it. Like, to me now, like you're out there at 30, 35 laps, pit now. Like, going to Minnesota, he's on pit road. I like it. I mean, do something different. By the way, Tyler Dalton deal with some heavy traffic here.
Yeah, as you see, the 29 definitely trying to find a way around this 19. And I can start to see the 29. He's definitely trying to run that line like he does in 3 and 4, and I think it's actually helping him.
There he goes through 3 and 4. Had a tough job sliding up, not really ought to. There he goes. I like.
Yeah, I think the 19 at some point, man, you got to say, okay, he's beating me here, he's beating me there. I got to start moving around and start finding something.
Yeah, I think at 1 and 2, he's definitely finding 3 and 4. My personal opinion, he does need to move up a lane.
But now with these two battling for the lead, it is allowing the field to catch up with them. And I mean, lap cars did actually help with that as well.
Yeah. And you see a lap car right there actually behind the 29 now. I'm not sure who that is. I think it might be maybe it's like Benfield. I'm not sure who he is. Maybe Benfield.
It's the 11.
Okay. So there's Ron Hollyfield, who's trying to get one of his laps back.
And you'll see he will definitely gonna. It's just a matter of time. You see the 29 let him go. Yep.
Good call there by Tyler.
22.
I like the idea of Tyler pitting and Gallagher. Not a big fan of Doug staying out.
No, but we'll see if he comes down this time by.
Yeah, I mean, really, he couldn't get down, let's be honest.
No. So we're waiting to see the 29.
He's got it this time.
I think he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming down this time back.
So everybody else should follow suit. The rest of it, like Gary Sachs, who's on pit road now. David Comstock going to be on pit road now. So this should cycle the pit stops out now. This will be our final stop of the race.
The 54 and the 22
running
switch side by side.
Yep.
Here on the apron off of the pit road. I don't know. The 54 may have an unsafe.
It was close,
exit.
wasn't it?
I mean, you see, when they kind of came up the apron towards the racetrack, and I think the 54 kind of broke the line, broke the plane, I guess you could say, and came up out of the racetrack.
It was
we'll
close.
have to wait and see what happens
and
there.
that's a sensitive subject in iRacing, how close you can and can't get. Some tracks over here allow you to go above it. Some of them allow you to touch it. So, yeah.
Meanwhile, this is actually going to help the 19 of Tyler Dalton.
Yeah, look what it did
that
Doug.
one lap earlier.
I mean, look what it did to Doug. It dropped him back to 5th.
Yeah.
Or 6th, 7th.
Yeah, as you see now, Mike Kelly go to 7th.
What happened to Doug here? Because he dropped. Look at the 29
still
truck.
dropping. Yeah.
He got the wreck.
Yeah.
We need to back this up. So here he is. The 97, Hollingsworth slams into the back of him. Not sure. There was definitely some miscommunication coming off pit road.
So now I'm looking at the 97.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have some front end damage as well.
Oh yeah, he's definitely got some nose damage.
Yeah, he just got passed by Gilwater.
Yep.
Well, that changes things.
Yeah, that's definitely going to shake things up as now you see the 22 back running in second again, but he's trying to hold off the 54, Jimmy Coleman. Yeah, I mean, this could be our dark horse right here.
Looking good right now. Working the back. We're coming to lap 80.
Yeah, I'm still a little shocked. I'm starting to get shocked now that we have been caution-free through this one. I would figured we'd have won by now.
Yeah, I was here thinking. This may actually be one of the longest runs that we've had on a set of tires.
Do you think these guys will definitely make it now? I mean, they've got to go.
I think they're good.
I mean, we got to go 30 laps.
Yeah,
So,
they've already
I mean,
been up to 5. It's really close.
Thought I heard somebody just wreck a minute ago.
No, they don't have to quit. Even at 75%.
I don't think so. I think everybody's good on that. Kind of looking around right now. Like I had mentioned, I thought I heard somebody wrecking. I could be wrong. Could be hearing things, but
See, the Astros won their first game that time. The ALC.
Did they?
Yep.
They beat the Red Sox, huh?
Yeah, I hope the Red Sox wins out. I ain't pulled her cheater, I'm sorry.
Yep. We definitely want to see the Red Sox and the Braves in the World Series, that's for sure.
Find out who the Braves, see if they win tomorrow.
Yeah, I think they're gonna.
They're playing in Atlanta too.
They're playing in Atlanta?
Yeah.
So, yeah, for sure. I think Kershaw is going to throw for the Dodgers.
Yeah, I believe so, too.
Well, we'll wait and see. Meanwhile, the 25 of Chris Sawyer goes to 11th. Having a quiet run as well tonight.
Yeah, he's up 8
Yeah, he's got the 05 looking underneath of him. Not for position, though.
Yeah, that's Scott Baker. I like that 25 paint. That's different.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Kind of reminds me of the old Dirt to Daytona kind of style. I don't know if it's just the colors or whatnot, but like you had mentioned, definitely a cool paint scheme for sure. Gary Sexton, our points leader, coming off of that win last week, he's basically staying inside this top 5 all night, and I mean, you definitely want to win at these racetracks, but if you can't win, you definitely want to be consistent.
Yeah, that's how you win championships.
I mean, I know right offhand that's how you win championships.
Yeah.
I've won 2 without any wins. But I was consistently inside the top 5 and the top 10. And I don't know what it is. I guess you could say I was Jimmy Johnson, and so to speak. But I look forward to seeing this 13 truck in pit lane, in victory circle here a lot this season.
Well, tell you one thing, Todd. Race was a lot cleaner than I thought it would be. I thought we'd have a few cautions. I did. I honestly did. By the way, we got Comstock back here, and Ben McDonald knows the tail for 7th. But the race actually not been bad.
No, currently right now Tyler Dalton enjoying about 0.3 of a second lead over this 22, and I think the 22 now trying to, I guess, run that line that the 29 did.
Yeah, you gotta change it up to let it down.
I mean, riding on board with the 22.
Hop on board too.
See them coming down the front stretch. I don't think he's gonna try to run the middle lane. He does kind of enter a little high. You see him diamonding the corner. I noticed he's running the bottom here in 3 and 4, and that's actually helping the 22.
I feel so bad seeing him go by the 29.
I know.
Not even fair, man. I'll be honest, I was kind of pulling for him. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to see the 29 win as well.
Yeah,
see if he was able to get. Yeah. But now the battle for the lead getting a little closer here between the 22 and the 19.
Yeah, I do want to mention, by the way, Jeff Harlingford has also DNF.
Tough break for him.
For both of them, man. That's the thing. They both running good. It was just miscommunication. Like, that's the biggest thing. It was just lack. I don't want to say lack of communication, but it was miscommunication.
Little bit of an issue there for the 22 out of turn 4. It looked like he got a little tight. He's lost a little bit here to the 19.
By the way, guys, no broadcast tonight. No, it is Saturday. No broadcast on Saturday night. Broadcast Sunday night from somewhere.
Dover.
That place, my favorite track, by the way. And then no broadcast Monday, Tuesday, next week.
Wednesday they will be at Michigan.
Yep.
Yeah, right now you see the 19 kind of pulling away from the 22 a little bit, kind of break the draft, I guess, if you will. This is another guy with Trey Edson not running these races now. This is the big guy besides Gary Sexton that could pick up most of these wins here this season.
Yeah, I mean, last season it was not Daniel Falkenham. It was Trey Edson who picked up a lot of wins. This season's going to be one of them things. It's going to be a toss-up season.
Yeah, and I mean, going back on last season, I think Edson won either 7 or 8 out of the 10 races that they ran.
Out of the 11, wasn't it? Was it
either 10 or 11.
I don't know.
And I think Dalton had one, and I think the other, I want to say it was Gary Sexton.
I also know that Scott Simley won one too, right? No, that was in Wednesday.
No.
So yeah, you're right. Well, we do got a battle for the lead, though.
Yeah, the 22 is now caught back up to the back of the 19. As we work our way closer to the finish on this one, as you see the 95 laps are now on top of the board. A little bit of a different kind of strategy we were used to seeing from the 29. Now it looks like the 22 still trying to roll the bottom here in 3 and 4, and he's going to send it in a little deep there. Ultimately, I think that's actually going to hurt him as we get further into this run. As you see now, the 19 definitely pulling away. 19's definitely better on exit at 3 and 4. but the 22 is definitely better than the 19.
Man, I can't help but wonder what would happen. It's so bad, but what if the 29 was in this?
If the 29 was in this whole thing,
yeah,
it would be different. I mean, we could definitely see these guys running side by side or running different lanes and doing crossover moves and stuff like that.
And I'm not taking a shot at Tyler Dalton by any freaking means.
No.
The guy's at 83 laps right now. Like, I mean, I'm just saying it would definitely make this three-way battle really interesting.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the 29 not in the running here for the win. And ultimately, I think the 22 now is starting to slip away.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's slipping away a little bit or maybe cooling the tires down just enough.
Maybe waiting for the 19 to come
maybe to hit
back
like at
towards
100.
him.
Yeah, maybe wait until lap 100 to really push it. I mean, I don't know. Hard to tell. By the way, we got a battle for 7th. Side by side is Ben McDonald and David Comstock.
Comstock going to run the outside lane here down the backstretch. Going to have the advantage towards the end of the backstretch here, but before
nice.
Yeah.
That was a great pass by him. He's up 9 spots. Mike Kelly, who's right at the front of you guys, by the way. He's up 12 spots. He's our biggest loser over that.
Yeah, Mike Kelly sporting them different colors that we're used to seeing. Normally he runs the Miller Lite High Life truck.
Todd, here you go. Battle for the lead. Nose to tail going into turn 3.
Yeah. Here we go. Gallagher.
With lap traffic.
Yeah, and I think that's actually helped the 22 as well. It's kind of put the 19 in a tough position. See the 22 going to peek to the outside.
I mean, honestly, with this championship battle that we're going to have this season, you would think that Gallagher's kind of the lead favorite a little bit just because he finished second last season. But I don't think Dalton ran a full schedule last season.
I don't think so either. I think he missed maybe like 2 or 3 races.
Yeah.
And that didn't help him in the points at all. But, I mean we'll see what happens here. I don't blame you. I mean, we're getting close to the end here. 10 laps to go. Now 9.5 to go now. Can the 22 catch this 19? I don't think so now that the 70 has gotten out of their way. I think we'll see the 19 can kind of push himself away from the 22. I mean, as you see right there, there's about a truck length in between the two of them. Man, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see the 22 make this a really good race here to try and pick up the win. But I also think the 19 is just... I think the 19's got him. I don't think the 22 can do anything.
Yeah, he seemed like he was close to trying to...
Hits that brick wall, I guess you could say, of air. That visible brick wall.
There's 7 laps to go.
Yeah, I just about died. I was about to say something like that. And instead of words coming out,
the cough came out. I got you, but I've been coughing all day. I'm telling you. Vid or something. I don't know. Chat, who was straying? I got it.
Yeah, for sure. Gap starting to close in again. Gallagher putting some pressure. You see him kind of definitely pushing the limits on that 22 out of turn 2. Through 3 and 4 here. He's going to run that 29's line.
Yeah, he's only doing this to try to get a run off and get out of that dirty air. 6 laps to go. I mean, you got to try at least. But then Tyler Dalton
working for him.
Tyler Dalton put on close, though. I will say that.
Oh, for sure. But now I think the 22 has actually got a shot here as you see him coming out of turn 2. He's definitely better in turn 2 than the 19, but I think the 19 just is so much better in 3 and 4 that he just pulls away and kind of equals it out. Kind of like that yo-yo effect, I guess you could say.
Yeah, right now Gallagher was pushing it really hard right there in turn 4, and he lost a little bit of time doing so.
Yeah, but I think he'll definitely make up for it right here in 1 and 2. Still, basically 2/10 of a lead, or 2/10 of a second lead for the 19. And you see him now kind of running a different lane than he was before. And 3 and 4, I think he's kind of like backing the corners up, I guess you could say, in a way, with these tires being as old as they are now. You know, and with lap traffic ahead of him, he's got a couple of trucks ahead of him, battling right there side by side. This is not what the 19 wants to see.
Yeah, exactly, because we've seen races be, well, determined by lap traffic. So
for sure. I mean, lap traffic definitely not helping the 19 for the most part tonight as well.
3 laps to go here at Kentucky Speedway to the Midnight Thunder Series. Tyler Dalton has a 94 of them laps. We've had 5 lead changes here tonight, but it has been the Tyler Dalton show. But right now he's facing a pretty fast 22 truck and Gallagher, and then a few lap trucks in front of him here. He comes through turn 24.
Gallagher tried to send it in way deep in 3 and 4 and had to check out of it, and he's just losing more time now to the 19.
Yeah, he's pushing super hard, trying to make everything up that he can. He's better be careful. Jimmy Coleman closing the gap a little bit there for that second spot. But right now it is Tyler Dalton rolling the bottom through 1 and 2, looking on the back stretch. 1 truck in front of him, that is the 9 truck of Bobby Wetzel. He hasn't been very fast, even though he's 15th right now. Kind of expect a little bit more, I think, out of him, but who knows what can happen with this. Out of turn 4 we go. White flag will be in the air this time, Todd Chase.
Yep. And as you see Tyler Dalton picking up that white flag. This race is official no matter what now.
No, we got caution free.
Yeah, and I was going to say, not the typical kind of caution-free race you would think here at Kentucky Speedway. But Tyler Dalton coming through 3 and 4 here for the final time. You see the 22 throwing it way in deep. That's actually not going to help. As you see Tyler Dalton coming out of 3 and 4. He will pick up the checkered flag here at Kentucky.
Tyler Dalton going to finish first. Hamish Gallagher second. Jimmy Coleman third. We do got a close battle a little bit further back.
Yeah, Kevin Stone going to look to finish.
I think
possibly.
Finished. Yeah, I think he got 10.
Yes, he
somebody
did.
dropping back. Has he finished yet? No, he has not. Yeah, he has.
No, actually. No,
he's out of gas.
He's out of gas. Wow.
Yeah, a couple of them out of gas, actually. So Kevin Stone going to finish 10th. There's a few trucks out of gas here. Scott Simeon, I think he did finish. So. Anyway, here's your race winner. Mr. Tyler Dalton. We're going to talk to him here in just a minute. We'll pull him in and talk to him as he gets the job done here at Kentucky Speedway. It is none other than Tyler Dalton leading 97 laps here at Kentucky. Tyler, you got a copy? It's Adam and Todd.
Yeah, I got you.
Big victory here, man. Dominating performance. Talk about it. Was the fresh air that important? I mean, it looked like these guys could close up on you, but then it kind of looked like they dropped back just a little bit.
Well, it's one of these races we like to say you want to go just fast enough to win, because we had figured out from early on in practice that fuel was going to be close to make it on a 2-stopper. So, like that first run, I was saving heavy and just trying to run just hard enough there to not lose the lead, because clean air was definitely important.
Right.
And then just was able to nail the pit stops, and at the end was just able to hold Amish off. It was a good run.
We've seen Doug in the 29 run a little bit different line than you, especially in 3 and 4. Did you notice that as well?
Oh yeah, I noticed I was pretty much the only one hugging the bottom in 3 and 4, and I think honestly that was probably killing their right front tire. For me, I tried up top there in practice, but hugging the bottom and waiting to get back in the gas for me was actually faster, and it was saving tires.
For sure on that one, man. Well, a big win here tonight, picking up win number 1 for a new season. Shout outs on all that you want to give out?
Yeah, got to give a shout out to all of the Sim500, all the Sim500 team. We had a really good finish tonight. Jimmy got 3rd, Bob got 5th, Bobby back there in 12th. All did great. Just want to thank everybody that runs the league and do a great job. If anyone watching that wants to come out and run with us, it's really fun. I want to thank y'all for doing the broadcast. And that's about it. I'll have a good one.
Hey, good job, man. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Next up, it is Hamish Gallagher. Let's see if I can talk to him. Hey, Hamish, Adam and Tyler up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
I do, Adam. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. P2 tonight. Definitely a way to continue with the points run here. Race number 2 complete, finish in 2nd. Talk about this race. It looked like, I was talking to Tyler, it looked like once you got close, it was so tough to kind of get around or get a run on someone.
Yep, you're straight on there, mate. It's dirty here. Once you got about 3 tenths, they would just kill you. So there was a couple of times there when Tyler got close to lappers, and they could see that was hurting him, and that's when they could get close. But once he cleared him, he could just pull away again. So she was tough. Pretty sure Tyler just let me go on that first run there, and after that, he wasn't quite so nice.
Yeah, I was going to say, was you surprised by how tires changed? I mean, we've seen guys pit 1 lap earlier, and it was just like a world of difference just with 1 lap fresher tires on compared to the guys that didn't pit.
Yeah, that definitely surprised me. I was running as long as I could just because I knew fuel was going to be tight. Like I only had about a lap or 2 there to go, so I didn't want to risk that. So I just it probably hurt me a little bit, but that's what you had to do.
One quick question. So last season you finished 2nd in the points. This season, with Trey not running, you're probably one of the favorites on winning the championship. So I want to just kind of talk to you about that, and then talk to you about next week. I think where was the top we go? Do you remember?
I believe it's Charlotte.
Charlotte. So yeah, talk us to about. Do you like Charlotte, and what's your thoughts as far as the point situation go right now? Or are you even thinking about the points right now?
A bit for sure. Because there's no drop rounds or anything like that,
Right.
You just got to be real consistent, and so just keep an eye on all the other guys. I know I'm going to be running the championship. Tyler's always here, so he's definitely going to be one of the other favourites. Got Bob as well, Gary, Mike, if they show up. So for sure, just got to be consistent each week. As for Charlotte, haven't driven Charlotte. I drove the Roval, but
There you go.
haven't done the actual real track in a
Wow.
while. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Hey man, good run tonight. Shout out to all that you want to give out.
Yeah, just shout out to my team, Mitch Motorsports, and you boys for the broadcast. Always doing good work. And just Steve for putting us on for us. He does a great job.
Hey, thanks man. Good job tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Next up, finishing on a podium spot, Jimmy Coleman. Jimmy going to start back in 5th place, finishing 3rd. Jimmy and Adam and Todd up in the booth, man. You got me?
I got you.
Man, 3rd place. Talk about driving Kentucky. It looked like early runs on fresh tires you could pass pretty easily, but I don't know. You kind of came pretty strong there in the long run.
Yeah, you could pass pretty good early, but I was trying to save my tires. I know with the smaller fuel cell, try to save a little tires for towards the end to make up for it, and so I can get a good run into pit road. But all in all, good race. Just glad to finally get up in the top 3 and get interviewed for a change.
For sure on that one, man. So talk about driving Kentucky, because we don't really get to drive this track that much anymore because where NASCAR took it off the schedule, and a lot of leagues don't even put it in the schedule anymore. So talk about driving this place into truck. It looked like it was primarily a low line track, but some guys did move up a little bit.
Yeah, it was. You couldn't hardly get anything going on the top the way the track was with the grip and everything. I tried a couple of times, and as soon as I did, I lost some time, and it was hard to make it up once you did that. So you had to try to track position was key for sure.
So from here we go to Charlotte. I know everybody's had experience at Charlotte just because it was a free track at one point. May still be. I'm not sure. I guess it probably is. Anyway, talk about driving Charlotte, man, in the trucks. It's always a fun place to go to.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've always enjoyed Charlotte. It's one of my favorite tracks, and it's good, tight racing the way the track's laid out. So I can't wait for it.
For sure, yeah, I'm looking forward to that one myself. Shout outs on that you want to give out, man?
Man, just thanks to you all for putting on this. I enjoy going back and watching all of them. Shout out to Sim500, Steve for running the Midnight Thunder series, and all the other admins. Shout out to Sim500 Mafia, my teammates. It's been fun. Enjoy running with them. We work good together, and hope everybody enjoyed the show.
For sure, man. Hey, good job tonight. Congrats on top 3.
I appreciate it, guys. Take care.
Yes, sir. Todd, that's another driver we need to start giving more respect to. I mean, his consistency is pretty good.
Yes, and I mean, we've seen that, on Wednesday night he was doing pretty good there and did end up getting involved in a couple of wrecks, I do believe. But, yeah, he's definitely picked it up for sure. And, I mean, man, what about this race, though? Tyler Dalton putting on a clinic, like you had said, leading 97 110 laps, There's nothing really you could do about that other than, like we had talked about before, trying to pit early to try and get an advantage on him. But as you heard the 22 talking, before, how there was no way he could get around him because of that, that dirty air. Lap traffic was definitely not helping Tyler Dalton initially. But then once he was able to get around him, you could see him kind of pulling away. And I think that's ultimately what let him hold the lead for so long and win this race.
So I want to break this race down a little bit more than what we normally do, because I did find it interesting. One, we didn't have no cautions, which is pretty interesting to me. I'll always try to shout leagues out that usually don't have cautions. That's what we like seeing. We're here to watch racing, not crashing.
Right.
But, man, from this league, a lot of people didn't know what to expect from this league because they run so late at night. A lot of new guys. So I got to shout them guys out for a caution-free race. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Very surprising. There was a couple things I took away from a couple of these interviews. All them guys talked about running the low line. I know Tyler said that a lot of guys wasn't. The only one I've seen that wasn't running the low line was the 29. Now, Gallagher ran the high line a little bit, trying to make something happen. My personal opinion, Doug was the fastest one in the long run. That's me.
Yeah, I mean,
he was able to make it work.
Right, and that's what you got to do at the end of these races, when it comes to these type of finishes, if you will. But, yeah, just the 29 he was having the run of a lifetime, I guess you could say.
He definitely could have won.
Definitely could have won, and it's not always about the fastest truck on the racetrack. It's about how you adapt to the racetrack, and obviously the 19 was able to do that and held everybody off.
For sure. Well, that's going to do it here for us. Todd, you got anything else you want to say?
No, other than I'm probably going to go try and sleep for another 10 to 12 hours. We'll see.
I hear you. But, yeah, y'all have a great night. Take care as always. Adam and Todd, God bless.